Hello and welcome to a brand new video. So today we've got some commercial work on. I've got to get a few drone shots of some properties that have either been built or are currently being built, I'm not quite sure yet, in a village nearby called Newbold-on-Avon. So we'll be going there. First of all, I've got to pack the car, all the kit there. So I'll be taking you along the journey today, a lot on this GoPro. And also I've got someone to introduce you to quickly, so bear with me. Now, I thought I'd introduce you to Lela. This is my 7-year-old English Cocker Spaniel. I think she's a working cocker. I rehomed her a few years ago and she'll be coming along on the job for us today. But she's good as gold, super quiet, super chilled. Might puke in the car, but hopefully not. So yeah, let's get the car packed, get the dog sorted and get on the way. Just quickly while I put the GoPro on, I thought I'd mention I'm using the FX3 with a 24-105 G Master lens with a variable ND on the front and a Rode NTG4 Mic on the Sony Smallrig audio handle with the DJI mics and the Rode Smart Lav Pluses. For any of you nerds out there who really care. We ready to go? Yeah, we're ready to go. So I'm just quickly filming on the phone again. The GoPro's up there taking a time lapse. And the other camera is sat next to me there, nice and safe. And Lela is just in the back. Lela, hello. It's about half an hour journey to where we're going. I've got it in the sat nav, 17 miles. And I'll catch up with you when I get there, show you a little bit about the setup, what I'm doing, where we are, and all those good things. So yeah, let's go. So we made it quite far, but as you might have seen from the time lapse from the GoPro on the windscreen, it's pretty windy, and unfortunately that means Lela's just puked. So the short pause in this time lapse while I clear up this puke so that I can carry on. The joys of being a dog owner. That's all sorted and we're all better now, aren't we, Lela? I think it's actually a little bit of karma because when I was a kid I used to get really travel sick, and now sod's law, obviously I've got the dog who is the most travel sick. In all fairness to her, it was really windy and I knew it was going to come, so I actually don't feed her breakfast in the mornings when I've got to travel somewhere. I'll then feed her a big lunch and a big dinner instead of giving her breakfast in the morning. But yeah, it's actually like having a kid. I have to keep all these supplies in the car, kitchen roll, anti-bac wipes, plastic bags, all of that lot, just to make sure that I can deal with anything that she does throw my way, pardon the pun. So yeah, let's continue and I'll catch up with you when I get there. So we're not far off now. I'm literally 120 yards away apparently, but I know this place doesn't actually have a postcode that's accurate, that takes me to the actual building. So what I'm going to be doing now is taking the GoPro off the windscreen, popping that on my chest so you guys can see what I'm doing, and then having a look on my phone at Google Maps just to pinpoint it a little bit clearer as to where this property is that I need to photograph. I don't actually mind these kind of jobs. Some people would find it a bit boring just driving all this way to get a few drone shots and then come back, but I really enjoy it. It's a different part of the town that I'm used to coming to. I did actually used to come here. It's called Newbold-on-Avon because the river that runs through here is called the River Avon. If there's any shots of it, I'll put them here. I used to actually be part of a kayak club down here. We used to kayak down there every week, but that was like 12 years ago, so completely forgot where that was. But yeah, that happens to be here. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. Let's go and have a look for this property. This red dot is where I need to get to, and this blue dot is where I am. So it is literally the next right-hand turn, just after this bend ahead. One thing I'll check really quickly now as well is just if there's any restrictions in the area. So I use drone assist. There we go. So yeah, there's no problems with flying the drone here whatsoever. Awesome. Let's get there. Awesome. So there we go. We've arrived. There is a guy down there just cleaning his car, so I'm just going to let him quickly know that we're going to be flying the drone just for the building company. And I'll be back. So I'm just going to get this camera set up so that I can show you guys what I'm doing. This one's fairly easy to put on, and I'm not too bothered about tightening it up too much because I'm not going to be moving the tripod at all. So finger tight should be fine. So I made it here. Layla's in the car. It is nice and cool in there, so don't worry, the aircon is on. There was a gentleman just behind me, or in front of me, sorry, that way, who's washing his car outside one of the houses that I need to film. So I just quickly went up to him just to say, oh, by the way, mate, this is what we're going to be doing. And he's totally fine with that, which is good. You might see lots of videos on YouTube of people kicking off at drone pilots. As long as you're, you know, up front, doing the right thing, doing nothing dodgy and not pissing anyone off, then they're usually all right. So get the drone out, get it set up and get flying. Always scared I'm going to break these propellers off because they're so thin when I open it up. There we go. It is a little bit breezy today as well, which I don't know if that'll make too much of a difference, hopefully not. And also this sunshine makes it quite difficult because it's really shady in the shade and really bright in the sun. So it's difficult to take your exposure. The better camera that you get, like this one on this tripod for example, this FX3, it's got a really good dynamic range, so it will save all the details in the highlights and also all the details in the shadows, whereas this drone's got a tiny little sensor, so it doesn't actually manage to do that. It'll only really pick up a bit of detail in both extremes. Right, that's that set up. Oh, forgot to turn the drone on, which I always struggle with again. There we go. Pop them over there. Wait for it all to pop up and connect on my screen here. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see it, wicked. So I'm waiting up here in the corner. It should say, it says 0 at the moment, but it should turn white with a few satellites on it. Apologies for the noise in the background of the pressure washer. We've got 7 satellites now. Just checking the audio. Oh, home point updated. So that means when the drone, if it gets lost or runs out of battery, it will fly straight back to this point, this home point. And I have 19 satellites, which is perfect. So, let's go. Take off. Straight up we go. So just have a quick look around, see if there's any power lines. There's some massive power lines over there. That seems about it. Nowadays, in the newer houses, a lot of the power lines are all underground and That's really useful for us drone pilots. Anyway, right. Let's get our exposure set. As you can see, it's quite dark on the screen at the moment just because the sun's just gone in. I like to do this where I can keep tracking on an object, so I want to go up and backwards pretty much. Please excuse me for the faces I pull when I'm flying the drone as well. Got to keep an eye on it. There she is. Okie dokie. So we're just going to fly forward. Just try and get a nice sweeping pan down, nice and slowly. Awesome, yeah, a bit like that. Now I'm going to do exactly the same, just in reverse. Cool. I'm going to cancel that point of interest and make a new one. This time we're going to go for an orbit around these buildings, which is actually fairly easy to do. The drone does it automatically. And I usually just have to be patient as possible when getting these orbits, because they do take a while, but the shots are so usable. Okay, I'll stop that there. I'm gonna bring it in a bit closer now. For those wondering where it is, the drone is just up there somewhere. I'm gonna get my sunglasses just so that I can actually see where the drone is. Sunglasses on. Where are we? There we are, cool. And that means it's in focus. Might be getting a bit bright there though, that's all. Sometimes my fingers are a bit shaky, so I need to use sort of two to make a smooth movement. Yeah, we're going to bring the drone in and down. Just get a nice one of the hand. So not only does the client want video, but they also want a few photos. So that's what I'll do. Again, just kind of getting in the shade a little bit just to check my exposure on the screen, which looks okay actually. Don't want to bring it too dark. Okay, double check we've got focus and everything. That's good to know. And always good to keep an eye on where the drone actually is. I can see it. Again, check focus, photo. Now I'm just going to bring the drone back, whip out the stills camera and get a few shots of the buildings from the ground as well. So, let's bring her home.
Landing.
Let's get this packed away. Now I used to use that piece of plastic that tied down the propellers, but I felt like I was doing a bit of damage every time I was getting it on and off. So now I just stick with using the little front camera cover. Just that'll keep it safe enough. It's in a flight case anyway with foam, so it's not exactly going to go too far. Right, that's that. Now that goes in there. next thing, get the next camera out of here. Which is a Sony A7 III, no S or R, just A7 III. And I'll be using a 14mm super wide lens on it. Just helps me get, helps if it's got a battery in as well actually. Let's get a battery out. Now then, if you've ever seen me carrying around this box before, what's inside here is batteries, all sorts, SD cards, batteries, tape, scissors, cleaning kits, everything you could need really if anything went wrong. So that's what I carry around in here. I also number my batteries so that if I'm on a long shoot, I know exactly how many I've used. And if number 3 has just died, that means number 4 will be next to go in the camera. Again, helps if I put the battery in the right way. Check if there's an SD card in here. No, there isn't. Back in the box. What do we want? Let's go for this one. Awesome. So I stick that in slot 2 at the top. Good to go. Awesome. So I want my aperture fairly high for this because I want most things in focus. Shutter speed can be whatever it needs to be as long as it's sort of above 125 so it don't get too shaky. And then, yeah, everything else is fairly self-explanatory. My super blown out. Sorry about that. There we go. So, go take these photos, hop back in the car, and then make a move. Just checking that you're all right. Are you okay? Huh? Oh, do you want a treat? Shall we get you something tasty? I bought this yak milk chew thing the other week and she loves it. There you go. Do you want that? Yeah, good girl. Okay, see you in a second. That wasn't me, don't worry. The way that I take these photos is almost as if I'm trying to sell the house. Try and get a bit of nature in it as well. Bit of that lavender in. Right, let's get this camera away, hit the road, and get back to Napton. Well, that's a wrap now from me and Layla. She's just asleep in the back. I'm going to be heading back to Napton now. I'm going to get all this footage sorted out, uploaded, edited, exported, and sent to the client, ready for Monday. And then enjoy some of this nice weather because we don't really get much of it in England. So yeah, I'll catch you all on the next one. Take it easy until then. Like, subscribe, let me know if you want to see anything in particular. Take it easy. See ya.